Hey, hello, and welcome to my channel. And as you can see from the title, today we're talking about 2001 A Space Odyssey, Stanley Kubrick's epic film from 1968. And we're going back to that strange room we see near the end of the film because I've noticed a few details that just don't make sense. And they occur in that blue tinted bathroom we see in that neoclassical room that Dave ends up in. In fact, there are several scenes that have strange details in them, and we're going to look at them today. So let's get started. Now, before we get to that strange room, we have to address another strange bathroom scene in 2001, and that one involves Dr. Haywood Floyd as he is on his way to Space Station 5, where he'll meet some scientists and continue on his way to the moon. The scientists have heard rumors of an epidemic at Clavius Base on the moon, but Floyd can't really discuss it. On board the shuttle to the moon, we see the crew member with that strange egg shaped hat try to serve Floyd a food tray. Later, when Floyd meets what could be the captain, notice the sign above the door area that says, "Caution, weightless conditions," because it sort of leads us into the next scene. Of course, the next scene is rather infamous for showing what appears to be the instructions for a zero gravity toilet. Even weirder is Floyd's reaction to this, because presumably he has used one of these before if he has already traveled from Earth to get here. And yet, he looks very intently at the lengthy instructions as if he's almost amused. I actually looked up online to see what the instructions say, because it's a bit hard to see. But these detailed instructions were very specifically made for this scene and describe a couple of different toilet systems as well as a complicated shower system. This was apparently intended as a joke about how bizarrely convoluted basic human needs had become with the technology in space. But I have to say, some of these instructions about connecting different parts and being sort of vacuum sealed inside this receptacle also sounds a bit like a birth experience in a hospital with too many machines. Now, when Floyd lands on the moon, he eventually will take a shuttle to the Tycho crater, where he finds out an object was buried, apparently 4 million years ago. He and the other guys will go down to inspect this object, this monolith, and Floyd will even touch it, an object made by an alien intelligence. But shortly afterward, this object emits a piercing sound. It's hard for humans to relate to. What is this object for? Immediately after that, we join the Jupiter mission aboard the Discovery 1 ship, and we meet our astronauts Frank Poole and Dave Bowman, and also our supercomputer, the HAL 9000. Dave and Frank think that this is just a scientific mission to explore the area near Jupiter, but when they check on some outside equipment and realize there is nothing wrong with it, then they know that their infallible supercomputer HAL has malfunctioned. And they're right, because after Frank is killed outside the ship, Dave must shut down HAL, after which Dave will leave the ship and enter the Jupiter monolith. And then Dave experiences the Stargate. After traveling through this Stargate, a place full of lights and what appears to be galaxies being born, Dave ends up in that neoclassical furnished room, and we hear an odd, alien sounding language as Dave explores the place. And even as he tries to walk to the far end of this room, he is redirected back to the doorway of the bathroom. He then enters the blue-hued bathroom, and we're going to get into the details of this in a minute. But for now, we have seen Dave enter this space, and when he hears a sound, he looks into the other room to see an older version of himself sitting down and eating. But when the older version of Dave comes into the bathroom to look around, guess what? We never see the red spacesuit wearing Dave again. He's gone. So, what kind of bathroom is this? Now, I wanted to take a closer look at some of these bathroom fixtures because I noticed something odd. First, look at this bathtub. Let's look closer and see where I put the letter F under the supposed faucet. I say supposed faucet because look at how oddly shaped it is. Does water even come out of the bottom of this thing or the side? It doesn't appear like functional earth based plumbing. Also, I put a 1 and 2 over what I'm guessing are the hot and cold water handles, except they look unfinished. I mean, there's no actual handle. And this toilet? It's shaped correctly, but does that lid even lift up? I'm not sure if it's marble or what, but I feel like it's a solid piece. Again, I don't think it's functional. And there's no flusher. And look at the fixtures on this sink. Again, there's no real handle to turn on the water. It's unfinished. Whoever made this may have seen photos of an Earth based human bathroom, but the aliens who made this place don't really know what it's for. It looks almost correct, but not quite functional, and I have my doubts there's any running water here anyway. And I wanted to say a word about the mirror, because you'll notice it's a very large mirror, probably heavy, that may go right up to the ceiling. But look where it's placed, right next to the bathtub. This is an accident waiting to happen. Most people would never put a mirror here in case it might fall down and break. It should be behind this sink, but the alien presence that made this bathroom didn't quite get it right. Also, is it possible that this is a two-way mirror? Are the aliens on the other side watching Dave? So, to sum up, when our astronaut Dave Bowman goes through the Stargate, we see him end up in an odd furnished room, and we see Dave enter the blue colored bathroom. But although this room looks normal at first, when we see some of the odd details, like this bizarre shaped tub faucet, we suddenly realize that this bathroom may have been constructed by an alien presence that doesn't know what a human bathroom is for. So, what is this bathroom for? Well, when we see Dave in the red suit enter and hear some alien sounding language, we never see Dave in the red suit again. We see older Dave in different clothes, and then we see even older Dave, and that strange monolith appears, transforming old Dave into the newborn star child. So, this blue bathroom may be a place of transformation, but it's also another one of those liminal spaces I've talked about before, a strange in between place, a threshold to a new life form. Well, that's my new video about those weird bathroom fixtures in 2001 A Space Odyssey. I hope you liked it. I wanted to say I will be out of town next week, visiting family, which I usually do every July. So I won't be able to upload a video next week, but I will definitely be back the week after that with a new video. And I want to say thank you to my awesome comment section. You know, I really love reading what you have to say. Also, it would help my channel if you did hit that subscribe button. But either way, my name is Shim. Thank you for spending time with me, and have a great day.